Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3.
Taken at the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Tua going to throw. A short one to the tight end, Troutman. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
This opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. That's Drew Sanders who got in there and dropped him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top picks. In the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Throwing. Trask. Got his open man. It's Mallory.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. He will push his way down to about the 14.
He was brought down by Nick Needham. 2nd down and 8. Setting to throw. Here's Trask.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Marvin Mims,
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
and the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Drew Sanders,
Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush. And that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On second down, Connor looking for space.
And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Dolphin football.
And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 24. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. Down the left sideline. Cedric Wilson, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Ced Wilson. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The drive will start with Connor. Fights him off. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Again, a run with Connor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
Now a second down throw for Trask.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Connor up the middle. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Dolphins' 35-yard line.
They run behind center with Connor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Gould is good, and that will push the lead up to 12-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That's good for Dolphins. First down.
Now it's A-Chain headed right.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Zaven Collins there to make the play defensively.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Now Tua.
Going right back to Wilson. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury.
We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. On second down, Tua.
For a left side complete to Troutman.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, Tagovailoa. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
Throw caught by A-Chain.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the gun, it's Tua. Out route to Hill, complete. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3, 4th down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. They start the drive with Connor. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On second down, Trask again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up
by Jalen Ramsey. And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. First down, Trask. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Trask now. That's to the tight end, Mallory. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Here's a peek at their past draft class. And, Charles, sometimes you'll see teams that have really specific needs they want to fill. Some can just say, well, I'm going to take the next best guy available. Maybe we see a little bit of both here in this draft.
I think you're right about that, Brandon. Plenty of talent in their class this year, some of which will contribute early, and some which will be called upon down the road. The GM makes the final call after all the input from the scouts and the coaches. Now it's up to the coaches to develop the guys that the GM picked.
So a change of possession here on the punt. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
Running right, here's H.A. powering forward. Oh, and Nelson space to operate. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. First down, they go back to H.A. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice link.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Nick Bonito coming in there to record the sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 71 yards. And the Dolphins have taken the lead here in this third quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, Trask. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders get to add to the lead directly.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Trask right back on the horse after the pick six.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
On 3rd down, Trask.
Flush to his right.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they've brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
And they're indeed going. Here's Trask. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Now Trask. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game, and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
From the gun, a give to Connor. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And this time they were ready for it as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
And he is going to have a Broncos first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 there on 4th and inches.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
And they'll try to throw now. Trask.
And that'll be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. I mean, I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game. It comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Trask to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
After the turnover, it's Tua. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
On 1st and 10, Trask.
He'll dump this one off to Connor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
On the handoff, Connor. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Trask now from the 50.
Complete on the deep ball.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Trask down to his final gasp here on 4th down.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
Achane on 1st and 10.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try to bleed it out.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
H.A. now up the middle.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Broncos' 32-yard line.
Running left, it's H.A.
Shreds the tackle. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
A 50-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add onto their lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
Trask now looks to throw on first down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Trask. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now you got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10 is counter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Throwing, Trask. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, they'll try and sneak this. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
A 68-yard attempt.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their